already shot this video once, but I'm going to talk to you about preparing for the big events coming. They are coming. It's inevitable. How do you prepare for them? What does that look like? This is going to be so crystal clear, hopefully for you. You get to decide if this makes sense. This could be one of the most powerful videos you've ever watched. And I hope that it could transform your life. It certainly could transform the planet's future. You ready? Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. What causes pain? Fear. What causes anything that doesn't feel good? Fear. Yeah. Which is driven by the ego, which tries to control the material world and have it the way you want it to be. It's not going to happen, but here's how we can make it the way you want it to be in the most powerful possible way that will take you out of fear and into a future that could blow your mind. Are you ready for this? I'm asking you to watch this video all the way through. I shot it once and I'm posting that one over on my other channel because I didn't feel like I got really clear. I want to be so clear on this, and I'm going to do a part 2 about this to empower you with manifesting. This is how important this video is. I want you to understand preparing for the future starts today with what you believe it is. Okay, we've talked about this. We are creating the future. We know this. Now, I'm going to give you a very little scenario that if you apply it to our future as a planet and prepare for it in the way that I'm going to explain it, this is going to make so much sense. When you have a belief or a thought, your entire world looks a certain way, right? You create your own reality. You also have actions that go with that. I'll give you a very quick example, and this is exactly how it works with preparing for our future. Let's say somebody walks in a room and you, let's say you're a girl or a guy, and you think this guy's like really cool and good looking, and you decide you're going to go out with him. There's a belief that this person's a good person, I want to be with them, I'm going to go out with them. You end up getting married. You then have children, and then your whole life unfolds from there. But it didn't unfold over here. It unfolded with the belief and the thought that had you go out with that person in the first place. Another belief and thought is, ew, that's not a very good looking, appealing guy and sort of obnoxious, and I would never go out with him. Your now future completely changed, including everybody else involved, because it's never just about you. Because everybody you talk to, that you interact with, your jobs, your kids, it's all completely changing the entire matrix and beyond. It completely changed your entire life. Now, your reality changes with that thought because a decision's made in a split second. Our future is the same way. If you believe that we're going to hell in a handbasket, then you will start to behave, act, go into a negative space and start to fuel the very thing that you're afraid of. This is why I teach breakthrough fear. You guys that are in this know this. Whatever you're focused on, and this will be part 2 of this series. Like, I'm going to do a couple parts on this because I'm going to help you go into that space. And that is when you're focused on the negativity, you're actually giving a directive to the quantum field that that is somehow desirable. It's what you desire. Even though the feelings behind it may not be desire, it could be fear. But you're believing that it could be true. So the universe says yes to everything. Now, if I see something and I see somebody said, we're going down, there's going to be a big flash, I'm like, I don't believe it. Has no fear, don't even think twice. I don't even watch that stuff, right? I don't watch anything on there because why would I? We are creating everything. So what I'm telling you right now is, how do you prepare? How do you want to create that future? Because that transition we're going through, and there are big events coming, it's inevitable. It has to be. We came here for transformation. We can't just sit around and nothing happens. Big things have to happen because those are challenges, and it's how we behave in the challenges. So there's 2 parts to this. Part 1 is What I'm believing right now and all of my thoughts and actions about that are fueling and creating the future. So in other words, if I believe that we're going to have shortages and all these things, and I go from a place of fear and I start to hoard or go off grid to hide from everybody or do all these things. And by the way, I'm not dissing you, but I'm going to ask you this question. Are you doing these things from fear? Oh no, I just want to be by myself or whatever. But you didn't come here to bug out. You came here to participate in the change. So you have to ask yourself if you're doing that and if there is some other way for you to serve others. So these thoughts that you're having and beliefs about our future are going to fuel your activities, where you live, if you're going to hoard or be in fear, if you're going to talk to other people about that, which creates a chain reaction of that fear. So that's where hoarding starts. We have plenty, but then the hoarding starts and things start to happen, and so we go into fear, and then it gets worse and worse because the ego kicks in and wants to protect itself. So we create the very thing that we don't want to happen. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You're not expendable. Nothing's going to happen, because no matter what we do here, this is not who and what we are. But how you behave and act within these challenges, if you go into a space of being a real hero instead of somebody who retreats and goes into separation and ego, will determine what happens with you after we go through this challenge. This is the turning point. This is the biggest event, because when the big events happen, if you are going in knowing that here we go, strap on, man, put that seatbelt on tight, because guess what? I signed up for this. So if I go into fear, what am I accomplishing? I'm putting that into the collective, and so I'm actually affecting everybody else in it. There's a huge movement, and I talked about DNA activation. We're feeling like we have gone to the next level. Frequencies are raising, and this is a fact. This has all been documented. DNA has changed. What is that? We're opening ourselves up. We're expanding into that which we are, losing some of the veils, still stuck in some of this stuff, right? We have to get out of that programming and thoughts that what I think is right and what you should or shouldn't do, and become one community. So we're going into this higher frequency, which means what's going to happen is through the big events, we will behave completely different if we are in a high frequency. We go into the awakened state, and we know that it's all about what I do. From this moment on to here, I create it. I create a beautiful transition where we eliminate the things that aren't working, the pollution. What are you eating right now? We don't need to eat as much as we do. You don't really need to eat a lot of food. Start adjusting right now and send the message to the universe, not of lack, but that I am okay, and that we don't need to go to this excess. Okay, what about where you live and what you're doing? Ask yourself, are you in a position right now to live a, just say, more respectful life to the planet and others? Or are you constantly thinking about me and saving me and, my money and all this other stuff? You guys see this? This is why I promote online businesses. People, do I have to pay for it? Of course you have to pay for it. Because people out there are working hard to create a new world where we care about what we sell others, what we share with others, our coaching, all these things are very positive, and at some point we won't need the monetary system at all. That's going to go away. So we have to roll with these things. Everything you do right now is preparing for a future, and if you believe it's a negative one, then you are going to be a part of a very fearful, cataclysmic event after event after event. And you're going to think of it that way. See, it's coming. If you go into a space of saying, we are now going into a new world transition that's beautiful, things are dissolving and falling away, and I'm going to see this as something so powerful and beautiful and amazing, and it's going to be very uncomfortable because the human part of me, the ego part, doesn't like to be uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good, and the light being that you are, that doesn't feel good either, but you get to experience that, right? the matrix allows us to experience what it's like to be uncomfortable or in pain or sad or all these other things. But within it, you get to decide how you react. How am I reacting? What am I spreading? Fear? Some stories where, the Socrates, one of my subscribers, thank you guys for telling me it was Socrates, the 3 questions, is it true? Yeah, it's true. I heard so-and-so on, YouTube. No. Do you know that what they said, did you check it out? Did you see the spacecraft? Did you see the reptilian? I mean, this has gotten so out of hand because we hand our power away. Somebody else knows more than me. And I'm going to tell you right now, nobody knows more than you. We are one collective, powerful creator. The creator is looking through your eyes, looking at me, who is the creator looking at you. And you and I are so connected, we are not separate. Neither time nor space separates anything. When you go into that, you will go into a state of peace and nothing can harm you. There will be no fear. And when you have no fear, the world looks so different. Everything is intelligent. And you can feel the energy off of things. You will communicate better with people. You'll be compassionate towards other. You'll see the fear in other people and you'll send them compassion, not anger or criticism. We have to go into that state of being because those big events are going to determine what your reality is and contribute to mine as the human. As the light being, we all step away from all this at some point. Does this make sense? Now here's what I want to help you with because part 2 is going to come up. If you have been on my channel for a while, you know that one of the, actually it's the video that sort of put me on the map on YouTube when I first started out. It's called How to Manifest Anything in 3 Seconds. The funny part of the video is I started out saying 10 seconds and every time I timed it, it got shorter and shorter. I was proving to people that if you are focused on anything, other than that one positive thing that you desire, then that is the yes the universe is giving you. Just like I'm talking about today. Your whole life path will change. I like this guy, he's cool. I don't like this guy, he's not cool. Determines your future completely and everybody else's. You do affect us all in the material world, not just, psychically. So this part 2, I'm going to help you with this. I'm actually going to repost that. I'm going to talk first and explain some things. I'm going to repost it because 99% of the thoughts that people have that are blah, blah, blah are of a negative nature and fear. Oh, that's not going to happen. How am I going to do this? And I'm going to be broke, everybody, right? I'm going to be a bag lady. I'm going to be broke. I'm going to live alone. I'm going to die alone. I'm going to be sick. No. I have students that are absolutely having spontaneous healings, completely changing their lives, changing how they see things, deprogramming themselves. This is all possible, but it comes from your choice. So I'm going to post that. That'll be part 2 in 2 or 3 days. And I want you to look at that video again because I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you. And if you go into my free videos, you get an actual free mobile app. What am I manifesting? And you can set alarms all day. I have students that rely on that. Shifting your thinking, you're going to have to deprogram any negativity. And you can help to create a completely different world. Are you feeling it now? The DNA shift? It's happened. It's already happened. We're activated. And so it's up to you right now to prepare for the future event. Is it transition in a positive way? Am I going to take these challenges no matter how uncomfortable they are and do something really amazing with it? Am I going to prepare right now for peace or protecting the ego? So I hope you'll subscribe. I hope that you will come in my, Breakthrough Fear. I'm teaching people. It's actually not, it is actually a lifelong course. You have access forever. And I have weekly coaching. I have a free 1-hour webinar masterclass. If you sign up here, you get a chance to go in there. I have a free meditation for my Miracle Circle that it's a membership that you can pay for, but I give you a free meditation in this. If you want to come over and get training with me, get coaching, you can do that. You can use the free stuff. Get your body in check, your environment, what you're eating, how you handle other people, because you want to be a part of that wonderful world that's going to invite you in. Get ready for part 2. These are free videos. That's the internet training. A lot of people are creating online businesses so that they can be mobile and work all over the world. have multiple income streams. And what happens here is if you have your own business, you're not tied to a specific career or whatever. You're choosing what you do for a living. And we got people doing some pretty cool stuff. So that's an option for you to check out. And you're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.